Hello. Okay. This is my first video of videos that I'm going to be doing way more consistently. Um, okay. So this video is about circumstances that stank. And lately, the past 2 weeks or so, my circumstances have been real funky. So I wanted to make this video to remind myself and, anybody who sees this video that although circumstances can be funky as funky, we can still make our way out. Now, I'm not out of my funky circumstance right now. So the past week, I got what I'm calling a gut punch to the head. In my mind, it's like when somebody punched somebody in the gut. Imagine that in my head. That's what I'm talking about. So those gut punches to the head in the past 2 weeks, it felt like it crippled me. You know what I mean? Because it was in multiple areas. It was in multiple areas. And now I'm past the initial punch, and I'm getting better, I'm healing and all that. But I want to be here to pour what into what I think might be for me. So I am a budding coach, like a lifestyle, transformation coach. I'm getting there. I'm gonna transform myself first, and then I'm have to help y'all to transform yourselves. So by doing that, I want to be transparent as much as I'm comfortable being. I'm not the most open person, but I want to be transparent about my own personal struggles, right? Okay. So in the past week, so since October, let me back up a little bit. Since October, I have been going to therapy. And I know we ain't really supposed to talk about therapy, especially in the community I'm a part of, not necessarily the racial community, but just the community I'm a part of. You're a part of that community too? So the community I'm a part of is one that I think we would see therapy as a weakness. And I've been going to therapy since October, right? And it has helped a lot. So one of the gut punches I got to the head was a diagnosis of ADHD. Now, it shocked me when my therapist told me, because I go to therapy 3 times a week, twice in a group therapy and once in an individual setting. My individual therapist told me that she thinks I have ADHD. It wasn't like a clinical diagnosis. She didn't take me through baseline tests or whatever they're called. It was just like we were talking, and I told her sometimes I get distracted thinking about pretty yellow birds, and I was just using it as an example. And throughout the conversation, I said, well, do you think I would have ADHD? And she's like, I would absolutely diagnose you with ADHD. So I'll go through and get a clinical diagnosis about that. But I want to be able to help people and let especially Black women, know that this is real. We have ADHD too, and I know that for me, one of my struggles personally, is I get distracted. And it seems like the older I get, the more distractions I find. And I don't necessarily allow them to hinder me, because I can't. That's just not an option. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it does pause me, So I'm at the point where I'm trying to break some comfort zones. And some of my comfort zones, I'm talking about the way I eat, the way I don't cook, the way I don't work out like I should. And if you know me, you know that I am very passionate about working out, but I'm not very consistent with working out. Possibly ADHD. Got to get a diagnosis. So this to me is, I want to make this a platform where we can all talk about our struggles and how we're trying to pull it together and make sure that we accomplish our goals, and the struggles that we've had in the past and how we're going to overcome them. I don't want to just rest in the discomfort. I don't want to rest in, oh, my life is so messed up. This is messed up. That's messed up. That would be negative self-talk. And it's not exactly my thing. I tend to be a very positive, person with intention. But sometimes, man, that positivity gets very much challenged. So I have to acknowledge that maybe it's ADHD, maybe it is not. But I have like this inner self-saboteur. Like I call her the big bitch in my head, right? it's this big bitch in my head that I be like, you know what? I'm finna take over the world. And that big bitch be in my head to be like, you ain't taking nothing over, girl. Shut up, sit down. And I will shut up and sit down. I listen to her. I let her usually take control. I gotta stop doing that. My auntie told me I need to beat that big bitch up. Like, I have to not let my inner thoughts keep me down. And I would like to build a platform where we can talk about this, where we can discuss our struggles and how we're overcoming them, or offer suggestions to how to overcome those daily struggles. Like, in the grand scheme of life, my struggles are very minuscule. They're very small. And I understand that. But it's also this idea that, there is a method to everything. So I believe in taking accountability for everything that I'm able to. Girl, baby, I take accountability for stuff that happened before I was born, okay? So, I mean, like, literally. So, in that, I feel like, you know how the serenity prayer, God, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can change. That's where I'm talking about. There are things that I can change. Yes, some of it is sitting back and praying and waiting and hoping and thinking, but a lot of it is about action. And I'm more of an action person. Maybe it's the ADHD, but I'm more about action out here. So for me, part of it is I've started journaling, right? So I'm just talking to y'all about how I am dealing with this diagnosis and the gut punches to the head. You feel me? So some of my areas of development that I need is that I need to be more consistent in everything. I'm not usually, I would say that I am admittedly a very flighty person. I had like 7 minors in college. Like, I like to get a little here and get a little there and get a little there and keep it moving. But I'm 41 years old. I'm tired. I need some consistency in my life. You feel me? So I'm at the point now, and hopefully maybe you all will understand where I'm coming from. You all will understand the struggle of kind of fighting against nothing to get to where you're trying to get to. And I think that's one of the things that helps me is the recognition that I am not fighting against anything but myself. But that's a hard fight. That is a very hard fight for me to overcome my own distractions, my own ADHD, my own loneliness, my own sadness, my own too happiness. Whatever I'm feeling in the moment, I have to always make sure that I maintain control of it, right? So I've been journaling, and that's helping immensely. I have a different format for my journal because I'm not one who is very comfortable with journaling. I don't trust journaling because I had several experiences in my life where my journal was read. So I don't feel comfortable journaling, but I also know that I can trust myself and I need to go ahead and do that, right? And I know that by acknowledging that big bitch in my head, that I will be able to be stronger than her. So basically, I am here to be transparent about what I need to do to help myself develop. And I hope that it will help other people to develop themselves as well. So, I want you to talk to me about what are your comfort zones? What are your comfort zones that you know you need to break out of? Because we all have them. Every single one of us. And I get it. We all cute. We all look good. We all got bodies. We got shapes. We got booties. But baby, I'm so much more than just my body and my shape and my booty. You know what I'm saying? So I have to develop the rest of me with that. And this is my first attempt at that development of myself. And like I said, I'm journaling. I'm focusing more on positive news. A lot of this negative news is informative, but I take all that, especially when it affects my community, to heart. And sometimes I can't get too deep into what's going on in the news because it hurts. It hurts, and I'll have a hard time moving forward. So this is my way, I guess. I hope this is making sense, because I do have ADHD apparently, and sometimes I'm here and there and there and here. But in all reality, we got this. I got this. You got that. We got that. But we have to acknowledge what it is that's holding us back, and what it is that self-talk. What are we saying to ourselves? Are we telling ourselves that we got this, or are we like, sit down, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't, you know what I mean? I have followers on YouTube, and y'all don't even understand. I didn't even know I had 10,000 followers until I did a project for school, and then like 5 years later, I looked at YouTube and it was like, damn, I got 10,000 subscribers. I want, because of the content that they subscribe to, it was positive. And usually that's what I put out into the world. Mostly that's what I put out into the world is positive things. So I want to continue to give us this positive space where we can talk about our struggles, and we can learn about how we can overcome certain struggles. You see, well, on my Instagram page, I am taking classes to become a accountability coach and a life coach. And in that training, I'm coaching myself first. I have to coach myself through the issues that are coming at me. Because again, these issues ain't shit, y'all. I can handle all of it. It's just sometimes it feels like the issues got me. Sometimes it feels like the issues are in charge, and that's not the case. So I hope that this is something that you all kind of that it resonates with you, because I've always had this feeling that we are much more alike than we are different as a people, across whether we speak the same language or not. And if this video is going to help anybody and give anybody strength to be able to make it to the next challenge, or these videos is going to give anybody strength to be able to make it to the next challenge, I am so here for that, y'all. So, I mean, I want us to be able to be open enough with each other that we can kind of start a give take kind of thing. I tell you my struggles, you let me know how you would or have overcome that particular struggle. Okay, so my struggle for right now, right here, all this, y'all, I am so camera shy. I love to smile and I love to pose, but I have a hard time being vulnerable. Vulnerability is not my friend. Now, vulnerability, I have to be. I have MS. So there are times when I have had to accept my vulnerability. It was difficult. I'm sorry, I also have allergies. It was difficult for me to accept my vulnerabilities, but I still have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, within my health, okay, so yes, I have multiple sclerosis. So there have been times that it has been a while, but there have been times that I'm like, I don't want nothing to be wrong with me. But that was more in the beginning. But in the beginning, okay, so I got diagnosed and I was bad sick then. And I didn't want help, even though I needed it bad. I didn't want anybody to help me. I didn't want anybody to help me to get from point A to point B, or take a shower, and just all of that kind of feels like it takes your dignity away a bit, But there's nothing wrong with asking for help. And that's what I'm here doing, is hopefully being help and asking for help from you all as well, because I don't know it all. I'm still learning, y'all. I'm in the process of learning. You feel me? I hope this video makes sense to y'all. I really do. So yeah, we're breaking out of comfort zones, y'all. You doing it with me, and I'm doing it with you. We all breaking out of comfort zones, and y'all my peeps. So we gonna be comfort zone breakers together. We peeps like that. And I'll be coming back weekly, promise. Scout Signer. I know I did a video 3 years ago, and it did work well. I got a couple hundred views on that video, and it was a reaction video. Drake. I'm still not happy about that, Drake, but I did a reaction video, and I don't really care to do reaction videos. I wanted to do something that meant something more. I can do a reaction video because I got responses for a lot, but ultimately I want to be someone that is helpful to people and helping people to accomplish their goals. Again, when I posted these songs on YouTube, and I actually posted them for a class. It was not for YouTube views or anything. If you go back to the very first videos that I posted videos for a class. It was, to give you some context, the class assignment was, they taught us about Black Wall Street in grad school. So in grad school, I'm sorry, I like to shine. So they taught us about Black Wall Street when I was in grad school, and none of us had ever heard of it. So we are listening to this story, we're listening and learning about Black Wall Street, and we get the assignment, the group that I was in, I think there was 3 of us, we had the assignment of presenting Black Wall Street strictly through pictures and music. Video, pictures, and music. But it had to be music on top of pictures. That's what it was, pictures and music. So I was in charge of the music. And I put together this compilation of music that it touched y'all. It did. It touched y'all. And to this day, people are going in and they comment on it. And I don't know enough to know how that's working, but it really did resonate with people. And that meant a lot to me. You know what I mean? Like, people are coming to this song, and it ain't my song. It's a song from a Tyler Perry movie. But people are commenting on this song, and they are talking about the strength that they need from God and the strength that they need from a higher power. And baby, I get that. But I was also raised with this idea that just praying is not going to get you anywhere. You got to put action in too. So the action that I'm doing here is to give you all somewhere to kind of come to if you need motivation, if you need a pick-me-up, because you already got it. You already got all the tools you need to accomplish what you want to accomplish. I believe that we just have to kind of get that inner self-saboteur out of our heads, or quit letting them control what's in our heads and move on. Like, I personally, baby, I used to be like the worst critic of me. I was hard on myself, and for no reason. Ultimately, I'm realizing that it was for no reason at all. Like, I was so hard on myself. I didn't think I deserved a bunch. I thought a lot was worse than what it was, because I'm hard on myself. But now, with the help of therapy, I look at myself as instead of being my own worst enemy, I am now, I had to write it down. I am now my own most honest advocate. And honestly, I'm good. So as long as I know what I provide, I hate that term, what I bring to the table, but what I can provide in life. It goes beyond dating. It goes beyond anything but what I am able to provide. And I am a valuable person. I was going to curse that, but I'm going to try to get out of that for y'all. Yeah, so instead of being my own worst critic, I got to be my own honest advocate. Like, and honestly, y'all, we the shit. Why we always beating ourselves up and saying what we can't do? That's what everything we're seeing now is about. And I am going to be that person. I'm doing a lot of self-development things. But one of the things that I recognize that we have to do, we got to get out of our own heads. We got to get out of our heads. We have to get out of our houses. We have to get out and socialize with people. We have to get new perspectives. We have to get to know other people. So that's pretty much it. I don't know. This is my first video, and it is the first of many more, because y'all, I got stuff to say. I just had to figure out how to say it and where I was coming from. I don't think back then I would have been capable of I don't think I would have been able to do anything else but be funny, and you know what I mean. And I'll bring more content, but I want us to be able to be present for ourselves. Like, I know a lot of people are present for their jobs, they're present for their families, and that's wonderful. Keep doing that. But let's be present for what we really want in life, you know. And I'm not saying what it is that you should want or what I want. I'm not even going to tell you what I want. I think it's cuter when my hair is like this. But I ain't even gonna talk about what it is that I want at this exact moment, because right now I have to deal with that big bitch in my head and get her out. I want to be able to empower you. Motivation is fleeting. So I would like to be able to empower you, as I do feel empowered. I feel like I am empowered. I think that certain things are coming together, gelling for me, and it hasn't quite gelled yet. But as long as we keep putting this work in, y'all, I know that some of y'all there. Some of y'all done made it. Some of y'all don't need this video. So if so, baby, exit. No, don't exit if you don't got to. But if it's not for you, I only want this to help those who need it. I don't want to be condescending to anyone. I don't want a video that is redundant to you in your life because you heard all these tips because you've already been through therapy. Okay, that's cool. But I'm here to reinforce what it is that we learn in therapy, for myself and for you. So I guess that's it for right now. I have other topics, but I guess that's it for right now. Now I understand. Like, share, and subscribe. And journal, y'all. Journal. Start journaling. We gonna track it. We gonna make sure that we are following through on the things that we need to do, because you know what you need to do. I know what I need to do. So let's come together and talk about how we getting it done. Like, there's all these things that are like, I'm at this point in my life where I don't want any the things that you be seeing on TikTok and all that. I'm at the point in my life where I don't want any distractions and no interruptions. Can't really help that, like certain things you can't really get around. So let's be here and we can talk about things that are impacting us and might be slowing us down or might be a difficult hurdle for us to get over. Let's just do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of allowing the difficulties to control us, let's go ahead and, allergies affect my face. So instead of letting outside circumstances or even internal circumstances control our output, this is my platform to encourage your output and encourage my output. Baby, it's all about output and results up in here, okay? So I hope y'all like this video. Like, share, and subscribe. My name is Sarita. On Instagram, I'm the Humble Hottie with Humility. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of my video. It was nice talking to y'all, peeps. Okay, take it easy.